Allen now on first down. Oh, spinning away. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Allen going to come to the line here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ballgame. Allen now looks to throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To the air, Allen. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Tackles. Hey, check right 27. Check right 27.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Come on.
Here's Allen to throw it. He gets this out to Foster on the right side. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. in danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Hey, seam 6. Greystone, travel.
Here's Allen. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the 13-year man puts it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this? Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Open man is Kirk, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Allen now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Half 85, middle.
Allen going to throw. He's going to go for a big play down. And this is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Juju Smith-Schuster hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Browns take over first and 10. We go at their own 25-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Browns drive about to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It's now 3rd down.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. A first down carry for Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. To throw, it's Allen. Oh, he stays up. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jurrell Casey make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Allen's throw is complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. 53 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Running is Jacobs. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. They'll run it with Jacobs. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go. Here we go.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. And we're back now here in Cleveland, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
36-yard line.
Now Allen again. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. Touchdown, Titans. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yo.
Prescott on first down. Man open left side is Brown. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Record. Check 99. Check 99. Check.
Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's picked up by the Titans. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Going to throw right side here, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The Browns drive about to get started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word.
Under pressure, they got him again. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
We're going to 53. 23.
Now Prescott. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Ben Banogu. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Let's get this.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Off the play fake, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 4th down, Prescott. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Vita Vea. And boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Browns take over at their own 25-yard line. The Browns take over.
Here we go, here we go.
At their
Here we
own
go.
25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get...
That's caught at the 25. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. This time, the extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Allen going to come to the line here, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
So Allen's going to look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster. It's now 4th.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called